And Tim Pool decided to go off on Candace Owens. So before I start this video, I just want to go ahead and say, yeah, this is my second video, reacting to somebody who has a negative opinion about Candace Owens. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it right now. I'm not a big Candace Owens fanatic. I'm not. But I do listen to her podcast though. Why? Because she seems to be the only one to pretty much cover the whole Charlie Kirk situation. Although I'm not a big fan of Charlie Kirk, but I do see a lot of corruption behind that. And I'm very, very curious to see who is connected to the death of Charlie Kirk, because, I have a hunch that, the special group of people are the ones that are connected to it. But, I may be wrong. With that being said, let's go ahead and listen to Tim Pool, and I will give my commentary on that.
I'm going to grab one super chat that just came in before we jump to the next story. And it's Hugh. He says, Tim, I work in construction and experienced the same thing. My
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to turn this thing up, but it won't let me. There you go. Yeah, it just vanished. There you go.
Coworkers are all in on the Charlie Kirk conspiracies. If the Republicans lose in the midterms, I believe that Candace Owens is wholly responsible. She is one of the biggest podcasts on the right, doing everything to go to war with the organization that helped get Trump elected.
I'll go even further. If people wake up to both parties, Republican and Democrat, and people decide not to vote because those two parties are corrupted, I'll say, hey, she did a very, very, very good job on waking people up. I just want to go ahead and say that, because let's be honest, right? See, this is how politics is. The pendulum, from what I've seen, the pendulum goes back and forth, right? It goes back and forth. When the Democrats are in power, they end up doing something stupid that's going to go ahead and push the people toward the Republicans. And people are very, very, thrilled and excited about, oh, we need the Republicans back in office. And then when the Republican gets in office, for example, Donald Trump right now, he got into office and all the promise that he made, I would say about, 80% of them have not been fulfilled. But now that he's in office, now the pendulum is swinging. Now people are starting to become more and more lenient toward the Democrat. And guess what? When the Democrat gets in office, this is literally how the whole situation is. And I'm just sitting on the sideline and just being like, you guys know that you're being by both parties, right? That's how I see it. That you're being screwed by both of them. They both work with each other. They're one bird with two wings. They work for the same head. Like, it's, you guys get what I'm saying here? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, who cares? If it's because of her that the Republican lose, I'm like, good. Like, okay, good. We need to go further. We need to make sure that the Democrat also don't get in office. But let's keep going.
Turning Point specifically was going out and registering people to vote. Without Charlie, it's in trouble. Turning Point needs to be able to go out and rally young people and register them to vote. And
they shouldn't have killed him. I mean, I'm just going to say right now, Tyler Robinson, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe he was the one behind it. I'm not going to lie to you. I do not believe he was the one behind it. Rather, I think he is a patsy to cover for a powerful person that wanted to get rid of Charlie Kirk because he was becoming too vocal, too critical of this, of the special group in the Middle East.
She's doing everything she can to destroy that. And that is going to, I suppose, it's going to rip out the coffers on the right. There is no organization like Turning Point that exists anywhere else that has the resources and the reach. And without Charlie, I'm not sure that they can make it. But I can tell you this, Candace lighting a Molotov and throwing it through the window is not helping. And it's the most demoralizing thing ever. Additionally, all of the fucking cowards on the right who are too scared to say anything about her. Because she tweets at me talking shit or whatever, and then a bunch of people come and flood our chat. I could give a single flying fuck.
You grow some pair of balls, huh? Over here using vulgar language. Wow. Ooh, God. So scary. Wow. Oh my God. Wow. So scary over here. Yeah. So, to a layman term, to go ahead and dumb down everything that he is saying. Pretty much he's saying, hey, those of you out there, please don't worry about the whole Charlie Kirk assassination. Don't worry about who did it. Don't worry about TPSU. Don't listen to Candace Owens. Go back and being a dumb. Go back to using your cell phone and watching TikTok video. And, when it's time to vote, go ahead and vote for your next pedophile that's going into office. Why not, And Candace Owens is ruining all of that. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I just went ahead and, summed the whole thing up for you.
You can come
If it makes sense and you say, okay, I'm out of here, don't forget to leave it like a sub before you leave.
and you can burn everything I have to the ground, and I will happily live in a van down by the river. I don't care to be number one. I don't need to be number one. What I care about is what is true and what will help this country and what works. And
if you care about what is true, then you will be asking the same question. Who took out Charlie? Who's behind taking out Charlie?
she is a fucking scumbag, okay? And she's getting worse every day. And she crossed the line. She continually crosses the line every day, insinuating that Turning Point literally killed the guy who made them all rich. And I hear this in the streets, and at a certain point, I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna lose the midterms. We're gonna lose the midterms. Then we're gonna lose in 2028, and it's because she's a piece of shit. Because instead of saying, guys, let's come together and figure out how to work together, she says the stupid...
That's kind of what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is she's saying, hey, let's come together and figure out who went ahead and took out one of the biggest person who was influencing the young when it comes to voting. I mean, let's be honest. You're literally admitting it, that Charlie Kirk was the one that was keeping the Republicans together. And with him gone, and now Candace Owens trying to figure out who took him out, this is causing division. So instead of criticizing the one person who is trying to solve this mystery, why don't you team up with her and say, okay, let's figure out who did this, so that way when Donald Trump's term is about to end, people can vote and be like, oh, okay, cool. You know, because the whole Charlie Kirk situation is behind us now. You get what I'm saying here? But for some reason, it seems that she's the only one that seems to be looking into it and being like, something ain't right here. All right, and we need to get at the bottom of it. And now here's Tim Pool saying, don't listen to her. She's destroying everything, and be a dumbass and idiot and go vote for your next pedophile. That's kind of what is going on here.
Retarded crap. And now everybody's running around divided and broken. For what reason? For literally what reason? Now, guess what? I'm not on the best of terms with Turning Point either. Ooh. In case you didn't remember, they didn't invite us this year, and it's become a big thing or whatever. Ooh. I have nothing. I can say I know what they are, I know what they do, and I'm glad they do it. And if we don't get along, so be it. I don't know that they make it without Charlie, whatever. But what is the purpose of intentionally fanning the flames for 3 endless months of just nonstop retard shit?
Because there's a lot of corruption that are rampant in the government. Yeah, Tim Pool, you should know this better than anybody else. But you see, I know you know that. Okay, like, I'm a layman, don't get me wrong. I'm not very into politics as much as you are. With the amount of lies, for example, the Ukrainian, let's be honest, that war is a lie. Venezuela, we're gonna go ahead because they're importing drugs into the United States. Lie. You know what I mean? Like, and on top of that, the biggest one of all, the Epstein file. You know what I mean? So now we understand that these people are being controlled by somebody higher up, right? Who have blackmail on corruption on top of corruption on top of corruption. Candace Owens realized that. Me, who is very new to politics and have been paying attention lately, I've noticed that. You who have been into politics for years, I know for a fact you noticed that. But instead, what you're trying to do is you're telling your followers, right, that you need to shut the hell up, okay? Forget all the corruption that they do, all right? And go and make sure you unite and vote for the next corrupt leader that's going to go ahead and screw you over. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe you're giving here, Tim, okay? And this is why I don't listen to this guy. This is why I don't listen to him. Because he is part of the machine. He is part of the machine that is trying his best to do his part. Which is what? To make sure that you stay dumb, you go and vote for the next person who's going to screw you over. That's all he's doing now. And so now he is attacking the one person who has come to a conclusion that, there's a massive cover-up that's going on, and she wants to get at the bottom of it. Now, does Tim know something that I don't know? If Candace Owens come to a conclusion, perhaps, maybe he's actually trying to save her life. Because if she gets closer and closer to knowing who Charlie Kirk is, and then she reaches the real powerful people, they just might go ahead and, You know what I mean? For example, with the whole French situation, look what happened then. Now imagine trying to figure out who was actually behind the assassination of Charlie Kirk. It'll be a disaster, and I won't be surprised if she does no, if she goes missing, or she's taking that right in front of all of us.
Candace, holy crap! Initially in the beginning, she brought up some interesting things. New photos had emerged, and I said, "Wow!" I even said this to Andrew Colvett at Turning Point at the beginning of October. Now she's at the point where it is video after video where she's saying it's an inside job. She's saying there's a video of the dude, Mikey McCoy, grabbing his phone and making a phone call, and she's acting like that's weird. And then you get this other guy.
It is, because the father of Matthew McCoy and Erica Kirk, yeah, they both had two different stories that do not align. Yeah. Anyways, continue.
Who's claiming that the business is a parking lot? Well, he full well knows businesses can be registered anywhere. To be fair, it's not only just Candace and saying what she's saying. It is all of these people who are like piranhas ripping the right to shreds.
Ooh.
And you know what? A lot of cowards on the right being unwilling to say anything about it.
Ooh, and you're the one that decided to finally grow some pear, huh? Oh, God. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was Tim Pool going on a rant about, how you, like I said, okay? Like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and repeat the same thing. I apologize for that because I'm about to end it anyway. So to sum everything up that he just said, sheeps, do not lift your head up. Make sure your head is still down. You're still watching your TikTok video and your OnlyFans. And then, you're still beating your meat. And then, when the election time comes, don't worry about, whatever's going on out there. Just go ahead and vote for the next political leader. Okay, who cares if you're being screwed over? Who cares if your money's going overseas to go, on a live bunch of innocent kids? Who care about any of that? You need to make sure you get up, go to your 9 to 5, okay, so the government can tax the shit out of you, and then take that money instead of benefiting you. They're gonna take it and shit. Who cares? Don't worry about none of that. Stay asleep. That right there just summed up 14 minutes, 12 minutes. Yeah, that was pretty much the whole shenanigan. Anyways, I'll catch you guys up in the next video.